Did you read the last story? This issue is even more exciting. Welcome to subscribe. Chapter 12, The Fragment of the Holy Scripture Under the Rose Window, Return to Notre Dame. The rose window of Notre Dame exuded a faint glow in the morning mist. The rose pattern, composed of 128 pieces of colored glass, was melting, not due to sunlight, but because of the blood beads in Isabella's palm. Adrian used his silver dagger to slit her fingertip, and when the blood dripped onto the fragment of the Holy Scripture of blood on the stone platform, the rose patterns on the glass suddenly flowed with golden light veins, forming a scorching resonance with the birthmark on her right shoulder. The bloody revelation of the Holy Scripture fragment. Adrian's fingers glided over the yellowed parchment. The fragment of the Holy Scripture held by the silver tweezers was buzzing. 3 hours ago, they had escaped through the underground river in the Bruya stronghold. The words of human blood symbiosis on the stone wall were still dripping with blood. At this moment, in the secret room at the top of Notre Dame, the 7 fragments automatically combined in Isabella's blood, revealing words more ancient than the mural in chapter 7. When the silver moon coincides with the rose, the vessel will open the gates of the 2 poles. Adrian's voice mixed with the howling wind. The hands of the silver pocket watch were pointing at the full moon 3 days later. The silver moon is the curse of the first-generation prince, and the rose is the purifying blood of the Ventru family. Your birthmark is the tooth pattern of the key. Isabella stared at the rose totem on the edge of the fragment and suddenly saw the scene before her mother's death. A pale hand pressed on her right shoulder, and blood beads seeped into the pattern formed by the birthmark, exactly the same as the symbols on the Holy Scripture. The star chart in the center of the fragment showed that the silver moon on the winter solstice of 1897 would shine directly on the Arctic ice layer, and the underground palace of Notre Dame de Paris was the coordinate origin. 2. The bloody resonance of the symbol system. The morning light from the rose window passed through Adrian's Ventru ring, casting a double helix shadow on the ground. He explained, "In the Holy War of 1462, the church sealed the prince with the blood of 7 holy maidens. Each drop of blood was engraved with a different holy mark. Your rose birthmark is the bloodline mark of Saint Agatha." He pointed to the relief at the bottom of the fragment. The rose pattern on the saint's chest was identical to Isabella's birthmark. Suddenly, a stabbing pain came from the birthmark. Isabella staggered and held onto the stone table. She saw the words on the fragment of the Holy Scripture flowing, how the blood of the first-generation prince contaminated the groundwater, how the Dracula faction hid the reliquary, and the notes soaked in blood. The blood of the